Okay, what's up guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to plot a proper trend line on your chart, right? So, without, if you know you are new here, do us a favor and click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also turn on the notification bell to get notified when we post our exciting videos. So, without other said or do, let's get into the video. Okay, okay. This is on the chart, right? This is AUD JPY, right? So first of all, in drawing a trend line, we have to know some basic things about the market, right? You have to know some basic things about the market, right? First of all, the market moves in three. The market has three trends, right? The market has three trends, right? So first of all, we have an uptrend. Whereby the market is moving upwards, forming a lower low and a higher low and a higher high, right? So this is what I mean. Right here is a higher high, or you can say a high, and this is a higher high, right? So this is an uptrend, and right here is a low. Right here is a low, and this is a lower high, right? This is a lower high because if you look at it, you see that this high right here, right, is higher than this high, right? So we call it a higher low, right? And this right here is a what? A higher high, right? So this is for an uptrend, right? So and then we have a downtrend whereby we have a what? A lower low and a lower high, right? This is a lower high, right? So whereby we have a lower low and a lower high. So this alone is a higher low, I mean a lower high. This a lower low, this is a lower low, and this a lower high, right? So I'm going to be plotting them out. Let me give you. So like I said, this is a lower low, right? This is a higher low. This this is a higher low, right? But this is a lower low, right? So low, lower low, high, higher low, or lower high, sorry, lower high. So that is this a downtrend and this an uptrend, right? And then we have consolidation, a consolidating market. These are the three market conditions. The three market conditions, right? So this is a consolidating market. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is a consolidating market. So a consolidating market is when price is moving within a certain what, a certain price is moving within maybe some certain prices. Like the price might move from maybe let's say like this 101.2 or point 0.5 to 10 maybe 100.3, right? Something like that. It might move from it just keep moving ups and down, ups and down, ups and down, right? And this one market is creating higher lows and higher highs. This one market is creating lower lows and lower highs, right? So so in these three market conditions, trend line only works for two, right? Trend line only works for two. Trend line works for these two, right? You can use trend line on plotting trending markets. These are trending markets, right? When the market is moving up or down. But it doesn't work for what? Consolidating markets or ranging markets, right? It doesn't work for ranging markets, right? So that is it. That is the basic part of it, right? So so now let's talk about what actually there are some things that we need to see before we start plotting trend lines. One of them being these higher lows and higher and lower highs, right? right? So how do we plot an actual trend line, right? Let me delete all this. So during these market conditions in which we can place trend lines on, right? Something like let's take an uptrend for instance, right? Let's say the market is moving high, right? Now, what do we need to see, right, before we start placing what trend lines? What do we need to see? What should we see before we start placing what trend lines? Now, to place a trend line, you need a minimum of what uh, 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 two troughs, right? Two troughs. Now, when I mean troughs, I mean these areas, these are called troughs. Why these are called what? Peaks. These are peaks, and these are what? Troughs. These are peaks, and these are what? Troughs. So you need a minimum of what? Two troughs. Minimum of what? Two troughs to plot a what? Trend line in an uptrend. Two troughs for an uptrend. Two troughs for an uptrend. And a minimum of what? Two peaks for a downtrend. Two peaks for a downtrend. This is a downtrend. So you need a minimum of what? Two peaks. So these are peaks. This is a peak. So this is a peak. And this is a what? Peak. This is a trough. And this is a what? Trough. Right? So you need a minimum of two. Right? This is a trough. So you need a minimum of two to place a trend line or to plot a trend line. Right? So let's first of all treat the buying side, right? So let's say the market is rallying upwards, right? So we want to place a trend line, right? So first of all, let's say I like to give a pure example of the market. Let's say the market was in a downtrend, right? Coming down, now, coming down, maybe you get to this place, consolidates a little bit, right? And then started moving upwards. Now, in what actual place do we say, okay, let's start placing our trend line? Now, now, let me make this wider so that you can see it properly. So this is it, right? It's so let's take for instance that the market is going upwards like this. Let's make this clear, right? So like we said, you need a minimum of what? Two. So this is what? One. Let's forget about this. Let's take this for instance from here. So let's take this as one, and this is what? Two. Now, first of all, you have to notice that the market has created a what? Market has created a what? A high right here. And this high is higher than what? This high right here. This is the first step to plotting your what? Trend line. Now the market has created a what? A higher what? High. It's cooling down now. It's what? Cooling down now. Let's see. From here now. Started what? Started moving to the upside. Right? You move to the upside. Let's say you move to the upside from here. Right? Now what are you going to do? Now the market has given us what? Two what? Two troughs. The market has given us two troughs. One, two. So what do? You get your trend line, right? Come to this place, see it's trend line. So you get your trend line. And where do you start placing it from? Where do you start? You start from here, and it must be at the week. You must start from the what week and you place it this way. Now this is how you place your what trend line for an uptrend. For an uptrend, this is how you place a trend line, right? Now, now, if the market should come down to this trend line again, now some people might be thinking, okay, if the market comes down, it will just tap this trend line, maybe the same way it taps here, right? To just tap it with the week again and start moving up, something like this. But that is not what? That is not true. That is not true for the market, right? The market might decide. Now, the market might decide to what? Break this trend line, right? We call it false break. You might break this trend line, you might see something like this, dance around, right? It doesn't mean that the market will not still what? Pull up. It might pull what? Way up, right? So the way you know that your buy is still valid is what? Following the what? This low here. Following, excuse. So following this low here, you know that your what? Your buy is still valid. As long as price has not what? Broken this low, right? Price might even come to this place before pulling up. It might come to this, it might start from here. So it might start from anywhere around this zone. It might start from anywhere around this zone, right? It might start from anywhere around what? This zone. It must not touch this trend line and start pulling up. It might decide to break it. We call it false break, like I said before. It might decide to break it a little bit, consolidate and what? Start pushing to the what? Upside. The same is true for a what? Downtrend. Say the market gave you this, right? And then you decide to draw a trend line from here to this place, right? So the market might decide. Now remember, we still have what? Our what? Lower highs right here. Still have our lower highs. Now, if price, as long as price doesn't break this zone right here, right? As long as price, when pulling back, price did not what? Break this zone, break here, right? This sell is still valid. Price might decide to come to this place before pulling down, right? Creating a double top, right? It might decide to start from here, it might decide to start from here. But as long as it touches what? This trend line, even if it might start like this, it might happen like this, right? You feel like it's a break. Then you see what? See it pulling what? Down. See it pulling down heavily. So remember, first, you have to see what? Two troughs or two what? Two peaks, right? Then you mark out your what? Trend line. And you trade at the third bounce of that what? Trend line. This is the third bounce. This thing that happened here is the third bounce. It must not bounce from here. You might decide to break it a little bit, right? So the same is true for this one now, as you can see. So, and it might also decide to what? Behave this way, right? You might see something like this, right? Or something like this. So, but as long as price gets to touch this trend line, right? It is what? Valid. It is still what? Valid. That is all about what? Drawing your what? Trend line. Connect it between what? Two peaks or two troughs. For a downtrend, you use the what? The peaks. As you can see, as I'm doing here, the peaks, right? For an uptrend, you use the what? The troughs. For a downtrend, the peaks. For an uptrend, the what? The troughs. So this is a theoretical aspect of it. Let's now get into the chart for me to show you how to draw it on your chart. Okay, this is AUD JPY, right? This is AUD JPY. And note, you can draw trend line on any time frame, right? I can decide to go to the weekly and draw my trend line. I can decide to go to the monthly. I can decide to, okay, this is what I'm trying to explain. This is on the what? On the weekly, as you can see here. Now, note, this is what? This is what? This is a peak right here. And we have what? We have another peak right here. We have another peak right here, right? So these are swing lows. These are swing lows. These are swing lows. What is swing low? Where the market pulled back like heavily, it pulled back what? Strongly. Yeah, you know, when market is moving, it will be moving, maybe it wants to go up, it will be going like this, right? But at the time you see do what? Do like come down heavily before what? It will start going upward little by little again. So these are what? Swing lows. These are swing highs. These are swing highs. So we have found out what? Two swing what? Lows, one and two. And remember, like I said, it will what? You start from the what? Peak. This is the peak. This is the peak right here. Right? So we have these two right here, right? From the peak, guys, from the extreme peak, like this week. So start from the week, not the body of the candle. So this on the monthly, on the weekly, sorry. So you see, we have one here and we have two here. So this that happened here now is the top touch of, just like I was trying to explain, like I was trying to explain right here now. Just like I was trying to explain here. So as you can see, that same thing happened here, right? You can see the market tried to what? The market broke it. Let me get this graph, right? So look at this now. The market pulled up, right? Touch now gave us a what? A second what? Leg, right? And pulled up. Now breaking this what? Highs. This is what you have to be clear about. If it breaks this high, that means we are in an what? Uptrend. So immediately it broke this high. Wait, let me show you something. This is my trend line. So look at this. Look at this. These are what? Swing high, right? So the market what? Broke it. Market broke our swing high right here, creating another what? Another high, right? So this has like told us that okay, the market is now in an uptrend, right? The next thing to do is what? Mark your what? Trend line, right? Which I just did here. Okay, this is the arrow what? Let me use this a proper trend line. So I get this is here, and then plot my trend line like this, right? Very neat. So I will be looking for a buy, not a, we'll be looking for a buy around what? This zone, right? Now, market might not decide, but as long as now market might decide to what? Play around. You don't control the market, right? So market might decide to come this way, right? Touch this trend line and do what? And start pulling up again. You might decide to touch here, pull up a little bit, not just like this, break it. You feel like it's breaking it, right? But it's not. It will still what? Pull up, just like what happened right here, right? So as you can see, as long as this high right here is not broken, if market had broken this high like this now, right, put down, then I will know that this trend is no longer what? Valid. We are now going for a what? Down trend, right? So as long as this high is not broken, that means we are still in an what? Uptrend. So immediately the market, you see, as long as the market doesn't give you an entry signal here, right? You keep waiting for the market, right? So market put down, and came to this zone, right? And did what? Pull up again and started moving to the what? Upside, breaking the what? And as you can see, it broke the what? Recent what? High. Broke the recent what? High right here. So you see that. So this is what we call a what? We call it an uptrend. So immediately market broke this. What will you do? You move this trend line, move it to this one again. So right now, what do you have here? You have what? One right here. You have you have you have one, and you have what? Two. So we have two touches here again, right? We have two touches here again. And as you can see, after breaking this, market did what? Came down again. And it didn't what? Break our what? Previous high, right? It didn't break our previous high. And what did you see? You broke it, did this until you see your what? Buying signal. So immediately you see your buying signal, you do what? You go in. And as you can see, you are taking profit around, if you are taking profit around here, you'll be in what? You'll be in a what? A good what? Profit. You would have been in good profit by now. So this is how to plot a proper what? Trend line. Let's look at other charts. Okay, this is on the weekly. Let me take you down to, let me clear this. Let's check on the daily. The same AUD JPY, right? Now let me give you a just a little way it will look like when you are. Let me do a little back test on this. Now look at this. Now, first of all, what trend are we in? This is the first question you have to ask yourself. So let's say market did all this, right? And came down here. Now, first of all, you see that trend is changing, right? This is a high, came down, created this high. Though we are not sure yet, right? So let's see what's happening. So as you can see now, this is now clear. Why? Because market has what? Broken what? You see this low here, this low here. Market has what? Broken it, proving to us that it is now in what? A downtrend. So I'll put my trend line like this, right? And then I will wait for price to get to this line again. As long as price doesn't break this low right here, right? Sorry. As long as price doesn't break this high, not the low. So price might come around all this place, right, and play around it. But as long as it doesn't break this high, we are still in a downtrend, right? So let's go. So price started coming. So as you can see now price touched this this um uh, 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 this zone right here, right? This zone right here, price touched it. I didn't take any trades, right? Now price is touching our what? Trend line, as you can see. And you see now price has what? Broken our what? Trend line, right? Let's go. So wait. So I'll be going in right here for a short right here, right? Stop loss above this previous ones. And my take profit will be there. Now I might decide to place my take profit right here, but it's not giving me a good risk to reward ratio. So I will just keep it around here. So this one is to 2. So let's go. I might even decide to get it down to this place. Let's go. So as you can see, I will be exiting. So immediately price showed me this. Immediately price shows me this. But remember, this is the daily, right? So I would have taken my profit around here. So, but immediately price shows me this here. I will know that price has changed what? Direction. Why? Because this is a low and this is a what? Higher low. So that is what I was trying to cut out. So right here. So after this happened, this third leg, right? I will be exiting at the third leg right here. So this is where I will be exiting. I know that price has changed direction, right? And we haven't hit our SL by the way. So we still made profits, right? So now price has given me first low, second low. This is the third bounce, right? So I'll be going in for a what? Buy. Immediately like this is already giving me a buying signal, right? This is already giving me a buying signal. So let's see. Let's see. But make sure you add this with other confluences, right? add it with your support and resistance, chart pattern, and other stuffs, other confluences. So I'll be taking this. As you can see, we're already in profit, right? Around here. I should even be taking it right here. But either way. So so right there, we smash take profit right here. So if I want to take another trade, I might decide to what? Pull it this way, right? I'll pull it this way. So as you can see, this did not touch our trend line. So we are still waiting for it to touch our trend line. So if by any chance or any day this touches our trend line again, we'll be taking another trade, right? So let me show you another charts. Let me show you another charts, right? Okay, yeah. Let me show you on this, right? So this is New Zealand JPY, right? So remember, it doesn't work. This is a consolidating market. Look at this type of market. This is a consolidating what? Market. So you don't plot trend lines. It's advisable to stay away from this type of market. This is a consolidation, right? As you can see, price was just moving from this place to that place, this place, right? It doesn't want to move in one direction. So, but let's take this for instance. Let's take from here. This is a high. This is still an equal high, right? So it doesn't make any sense to me. So we're looking for lower highs. Remember that. Okay, let me take this for instance. Let me take this for instance. Because like I said, it works everywhere. It works everywhere. So why am I taking this? Look at this. Look at this. This is a high, right? This is what? A low. This is a high. This is the low. This is the swing low, right? So if price comes to break this, they will be plotting our what? Trend line. Let's see. Now it has been broken. Now price has what? Broken our low. So I'll plot my trend line this way. I'll plot my trend line this way. So if price comes back to hit this trend line, then we'll be taking off trades. So I want you to learn this too. Let me show you something too. So as price breaks here, as you can see, there are other highs, there are other swing highs right there, right? So you can decide to what? Plot this swing highs too this way. So if price touches either of them, you look at your candlestick formation or chart pattern, and then you take trades off of it. Let's go. So price did not touch any of them, right? So now price touched this and this, but still it's not giving me any clear what. It's not giving me any clear what direction yet. It's still an uptrend because this what a higher low, right? This is a higher low, and this is a higher low. This is the low. This is the low. This is a higher low. So it's still in an what uptrend. So as you can see, price broke off of our what trend line, breaks our trend line. So now this is no longer an what? It's no longer a downtrend. Please don't be caught in such a thing. No longer generally it might still be a downtrend, but once price has broken this is a low, this is a high, this is a high, this is a high. These are all swing highs, right? And price didn't has broken them. Are you seeing and pushing down backwards to this place? Please don't be caught in this kind of what trades. So this is swing low, and this right here is another swing low. So this is a buy for me. You see that? So this is a buy for me, like I said, and I'll buy it up to this high right here. You see that? So if I've taken this trade, it would have been in at least a good amount of profit right here, this right here, and stop loss below this was previous low. So how did I know that price was changing direction? Simply the way price was what creating this is a higher low and this is a higher low. So let's go. Now I'll plot another word, trend line, make it relevant to the current chart. Let's see. It did not break it. Did not break it. So let's go. So you see that. But this will favor more of what swingers on this time frame. So price has come at price is now on our what? On our trend line again. It's now on our trend line again. So let's see. This one, two, three. This is the fourth bounce. Please be careful on the fourth bounce. Careful on the fourth bounce. The fourth bounce of the trend line. Let me see if I will see. Nope. This might look, this looks right juicy, right? Looks good. So it's a buy. So you see, if you are taking this trade, you would have been in what? Good profit too. Now it's creating a what? Short trade. Please learn to identify this, learn to identify all this, right? So you see, how did I know? Created a high, right? Broke, right? So that is it. So these are would have been even a sell for me. Let me show you why. Let me show you why. So after this break, we have what? An internal trend line coming from this place, right? So we wait, and once it touches our trend line, you see that candle? That is a very good candle. You go short right on this candle. Stop loss, you see this here, above it, and take profit might come down to this place, this here. So let's go. So, oh, at the bottom, not the week, at the bottom. So at least you would have smashed a good profit by here. So that is basically it. This is another top touch of trend line. Right? So this you'll be preparing for your sale right here. Preparing for your sale right there. You see that? You see that? So that is it. This is another touch of trend line. Right? So basically it's a very good style of trading, right? It's a very good instrument for trading when you know how to use it. And please, I will stop repeating this. Merge it with what? Other confluences. Merge trendline with other confluences like chart pattern and other stuff. So if I want to match this with chart pattern, let's say like on this place, this is a good entry for me. This is a bearish engulfing candle, so I can enter right here. Right, that was what I was doing here. This in form of a tweezer top. So that was what I was looking at for before entries. So you see on this load. So this is how you mark out your trend line. So like I said, it works in our time frame. Let me show you this on the 5 minutes time frame. Let me show you on the 5 minutes time frame. So on the 5 minutes time frame, as you can see, if you have eyes, you would have seen it already. That this is a high, this is a lower high, and this is a high, this is a high, and this is it. Yeah. So as you can see, even after as long as like I said, as long as this high is not what, as long as it has not been what taken out. So this is still a valid what sell. And as you can see, it pulled down forward, breaking this zone. So that is it. This is on the 5 minutes. This is on the 5 minutes. But before coming this low on 5 minutes, make sure you check it out on the 1 hour, on the 4 hours, 1 hour, and then 15 minutes. If you are a day trader, but then if you are a swing trader, you can use the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. 4 hours for your entry, and that is basically it. For scalpers, you can use the 4 hours, the 1 hour, and the 5 minutes, or you can decide to use the 1 hour, the 30 minutes, and the 5 minutes, depending on your style of trading. But make sure you mark it out nicely. Make sure it suits, it is relevant to the current chart. Make sure it's relevant to the current chart. What I mean by relevant, you must pass the relevancy test, right? So when you have something like this, now after this has happened, what will you do? You have to bring it down to this one, right? So this is what I call relevancy. It has to be relevant to the current chart regardless, right? Regardless, it has to be relevant to the current chart. So that is it. This is how you place your trend line. And watch out for my next video. I will be showing you how to plot, how to use your trend, how to plot your trend line on the daily, on the 4 hours for day traders, on 4 hours, on the 1 hours, and on the 15 minutes to take your entries. And I will also be showing you how to plot it on the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, and 4 hours for the entry. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell to get notified when I post another educational video, and like the video. Thanks, guys.